How's it going, YouTube? The reason I'm making this video is I'm pretty pissed. FedEx, as most of us know, when we do decide to have our animals shipped, FedEx is usually who brings out the animals. Now, I've been getting quite a few snakes shipped via FedEx. I'm going to go into a real brief description on what went on, tell you exactly what happened, and what you're looking at right now where it says FedEx is actually my air bill. That's what's on the package when you get your box. Describes what needs to be done, what's in there. And the reason this video is in and out blurry is because I'm shooting with a 100mm macro lens, so everybody can read this. Real quick description of what happened. I went and placed an order with Garrick DeMeyer, CrestedGecko.com. Guy is awesome. Animals rock. Solid guy to buy anything from. Stands behind his stuff. But real quick, what happened is FedEx sends somebody out to pick up the package from Royal Constrictors Designs, I believe is the name of the place, and they ship it to me. Usually when you get your reptile, you hear a little knock on the door and you have to come out and sign for it. Well, this is definitely not the case. What I have in front of me is, again, the air bill and the tracking reference that you would find when you punch in your tracking number to find out where your reptile is at, or if it's been shipped, or such and such, so on, so on. What ended up happening here is I'm going to show you line by line. I'm going to have to play with the camera a little bit. There's the tracking number. And again, the focus is going to suck because I'm shooting handheld with a macro lens, so everybody can see. So I'm going to have to play a little bit. Okay. This is when it was shipped, and who it was shipped from. His telephone number. Okay. His address, obviously. Okay. Which I'm sure none of us really care about that part, but this is the part where I care about. Right here, where it says Express Package Services. Now, if we look down here to where it matters, I'm going to have to hunt around a little bit because I'm looking through. There's the priority for overnight. Let's see if I can find this. There it is. Direct signature. Which, if I could get this damn thing to focus, someone at recipient's address may sign for delivery. Fees apply. So we see there's a big black X. Okay, FedEx, basically what they did is they dumped my animal at my doorstep. Didn't knock on the door. Didn't blow the horn. Didn't get a signature. Nothing. I got a beautiful cinnamon pewter ball python for a breeding project that I'd had going with a bunch of ball pythons, as I do some breeding, and plan on doing a little bit more breeding and turning a hobby into, you know, a little lucrative hobby. So this is, again, if I can find it, tracking number. Okay, which you can see is right there. Now here's the other page that you would find on your computer screen from FedEx. Again, if I could get it to focus. There we go. FedEx tracking number. Now, delivered, signed by, signature not required. Here's where things get a little dicey for me. I picked up the phone, I called FedEx and let them know what happened. Okay. Basically, what I ended up doing is telling them the situation, that I got the delivery, no signed for, no signature required rather, and they dumped the reptile and I didn't know it was there for about an hour and a half. March 5th in eastern Pennsylvania, I should say northeastern Pennsylvania. Temperatures that day were 31 degrees. Set it on my concrete, basically dumped it and split. The way I found out that it was sitting there is when I came into the house and I punched the tracking number in to find out where my package was at. This is what I saw. Delivered. Called FedEx, told them again, you know, hey look, you guys really made a big mistake. I was assured by several people, depending on what FedEx is going to do about this issue, I will definitely be making names along with ID numbers, time, date, all that, definitely visible to all you YouTube guys that care more about the snakes than you do making money off of them, because, you know, I want to turn it into a lucrative hobby, but at the same note, it is a living, breathing animal. It is a live creature. Has feelings. Really pissed. Best thing that FedEx said to me that really tipped the scales, made me mad, was that they would just replace my reptile for me at no charge. And I thought that was pretty nice of them. You know, just tell the snake, hey, you know, I'm sorry you froze your ass off for an hour and a half outside, but don't worry about all that, because they're going to replace you. Not really the best thing they could have said to me. I do have a case ID number pending with them. I don't know how many other people out there have had an issue like this happen. What ended up happening with the snake is it sat out there for an hour and a half. I warmed it up for a good 6 hours. Ended up sick. I'm now having issues with, of course, respiratory. And it's still lethargic, still having issues. I called up Garrick and, you know, I told him about it, and he's trying to do the best he can. FedEx did admit guilt that the air bill was not picked up correctly, which I showed you that already. And they just dumped this poor animal on the ground. It's about half an hour, 45 minutes after the initial first call to FedEx, I get a phone call back from them, from a gentleman by the last name of Ortiz at Bristol's, Pennsylvania pickup center. And basically he had told me not to worry about it, that it was their mistake, and that this issue was going to be rectified immediately. Although I was told 5 to 7 days of time would go by before they could do anything for me about this issue. And I guess that's immediately to FedEx. Well, that Saturday, when I got my order, it was Tuesday. Garrick DeMeyer calls me on following Monday, stating that Saturday he got a letter from FedEx stating that FedEx is not going to reimburse me for this animal, and that basically the reason they're not going to is because it's a reptile and it's not a typical package. Which, another good answer from FedEx. Not something I would expect out of a big company like that, but I guess. So, I figured I would just put this up, because I'd really like to know if anybody else has had this issue. I really didn't mean to go into a long rant here about this, but I think to a lot of people in the community that own these ball pythons, especially some of the higher end morphs like I have, you know, you would be surprised what happens to these animals. I've heard some stories, unbelievable stories about FedEx and how they treat these animals. So if you could please inbox me and let me know if you've had this experience, because at this point I know of 17 other people that had issues with this. And I'd like to see if there's something that can be done about it. At this point, it ain't even about the money that I spent. But I'm pretty pissed that this happened. And if I had the ability to swap lenses and show you guys the other animals I have at this house, I have some awesome looking animals, from melanistic green trees to bumblebees to bumblebellies to some, like I said, some nice pewters. I have all kinds of different looking stuff. Really nice looking boas, but it's not the point. I guess the point is there's a living, breathing animal. So again, if anybody here, please let me know. I hope that some of you guys will actually repost this. Let people know exactly what kind of douchebags they are and what they did. Thanks for watching.